Welcome back to day 31 of our one pose a day for 100 days. We're getting closer, just about a third of the way there. Anyway, today's practice is going to be lizard pose. Lizard pose is really great for opening the front of the hips and the thighs. Great hip opener. I'm going to show a couple options, one with a chair and then with the block. So let's get started together. We'll use a blanket, blocks, maybe a chair. Sit up nice and tall or standing. Take the arms out to the side. Let's take a nice breath together, arms overhead. And exhale, lowering chin to chest. Continuing as you allow yourself to arrive to your one pose practice today. Let's take two more. And one more as you draw the palms overhead. Let's exhale, palms together and down. All right, I'll demonstrate the pose first and then we'll practice together doing a little warm up with a dynamic low lunge that we've done days ago. So hopefully you've tried that. It's great to warm up before you just get right into a pose. So I'll demonstrate the pose, then I'll demonstrate the chair. If you decide which version you want to do, then you can skip ahead until we get to the warm up and the practice together. All right, so lizard pose. Generally done down on the floor, and I like to start with padding just because then you'll have something for the knees to use for a little padding if the floor is hard, and then we'll use our blocks. And I'll step my left foot forward. Remember, I want the ankle just a bit ahead of that knee, so as I lunge forward, the knee stays right directly over the ankle or just behind it. And you can always start on the other knee, keeping that on the ground. And we'll lunge forward, and I'm going to bring both blocks inside. So here it is. This is already a nice opener. What I'm going to do is turn my left foot out and allow my left knee to start just by rolling out wherever it comfortably wants to go. And then I can start with my arms nice and long. Breathe into this. You're going to take some nice full breaths. Remember, we like to extend the exhale a bit longer than the inhale to allow the body to let go, relax, turn off our fight or flight mode. And then just as available, maybe we can bring our arms down, but try to keep the shoulders nice and level so we're not rolling more to one side. And then as always, so I'm keeping that knee just about in line with my left shoulder. And then if we want to advance and add a little more, we can curl the toes under and press that right heel back with the knee off the floor. Now that's a bit more advanced. I'll come down to my knee, and then we'll slowly rise and bring the left knee back, and then we'll switch sides. So that's the version on the floor. I'm going to show you how you might do it using the chair. We won't use the blanket. I'll bring the chair over so the seat of the chair is going to be on the left side. Let's see, I stepped left foot forward, but I want to demonstrate the other side. So you want the chair a little bit to the side of your mat so that one foot can be on the sticky part of your mat and have some nice grip. Then we can bring the blocks up to the chair as needed. So we'll step to that right side of the chair because my right foot's going to step to the side. I'll bring my hands onto the chair seat, right foot to the side, left leg straight back. So we're in this nice lunge here. My left heel is off the floor, doesn't have to press down. And then you'll start to bend that right knee. So you're basically in a nice high lunge, but at the same time we can start to lower down just like we did when we were at the floor. I can turn my right foot out just a little bit and then hold here. This might be enough. You might start with the arms nice and long, shoulders roll back as the body opens, coming on down. It's really nice support, great way to raise the floor just so it's a bit higher, and then you can always bring your arms down to the chair seat. So that's the version with the chair. So if you'd like to use the chair and the blocks, grab those for yourself. If you'd like to come down to the floor, let's do that. And then we'll do a little warm up. So if you're using the chair, you might warm up just in a nice little kind of warrior one type warm up as we're going to do a low lunge. So substitute warrior one for the low lunge on the floor. So coming down to the floor, I'll take my blanket towards the middle of the mat. That's for my knees. Blocks on the floor, maybe on the high height, just a little bit ahead of my shoulders. And let's step that left foot forward. We'll start with that side. So if you're using the chair, bring it to the right side of your mat, and so the left foot can step outside the left side of the chair. But remember, you'll start in warrior one if you're standing, left foot forward, right foot back. So we'll start in our low lunge here, letting the hips roll forward. Think of lifting the front of the body, shoulders rolling back. As you exhale, sitting back, straightening that left leg just as best you can. Inhale, forward into your low lunge. So we'll do this for several more rounds together, allowing the hips to open up, hip flexors, front of those thighs. Keep the chest nice and open. Make the movement nice and slow. Move with your own pace of your breath. 2 more. And 1 more time. Next time you come into your lunge or your warrior one, pause there. Ground down through that left foot. Let's reach the arms forward and rise. Holding here. Feel that nice stretch the front of that right hip. Lifting the heart, opening up the front of the body. Take a nice inhale and lengthen. Reach up through the fingertips. Exhale. Bring the hands back to the block. Gently step the left knee back. And we'll step that right foot forward. So just switching. If you're in warrior one standing position, you can always use your chair back for support. Ground down through that right foot. Press to lift the chest. Hips rolling forward. Take a nice inhale there. Exhale as you sit the hips back, straighten that right leg, and continue. Feeling the nice opening, the back of that right leg, the front of the hips. Let's do a few more. Might notice difference of this side versus the other. Bringing your awareness into your body. Let's do 2 more. 1 more full round. As you come forward into your low lunge or your warrior one, ground down through that right foot, roll the shoulders back, raise the arms, lift the heart, spiraling the pinkies inward towards each other. Take a nice full breath. On your next inhale, reach and lengthen, and let's bring the hands back to the blocks. We'll step the right knee back and we'll switch sides, coming into our lizard pose. Left foot forward, so if you're using the chair, move it to the right side of your mat. Hands on the chair or the blocks. Left foot steps to the side of the chair. And we'll start to press the hips gently forward. Bring both blocks inside the left foot, so to the right side of your mat. And then think of the shoulders rolling back. Let the hips just gently press, but try to lengthen your tailbone just so we're not jamming that lower back. The left foot can be turned slightly out and that knee dropped a little bit out to the side. And then you can start to lower down. Use those nice extended breaths. Here comes Tiberius. We're in Ireland today and it is quite warm for Ireland, quite humid. And then we'll come on down. Just taking your time. If you need to stay in one position, that's perfectly fine. Breathe into that stretch. If there's any discomfort, come on out. And then you can always add, if you want to curl those right toes under, press the heel back, lift the knee. Don't cause any pain. I'm going to bring my knee back down to the floor. Feels like plenty of stretch for me. Notice that left knee about in line with your left shoulder or armpit. Think of pressing down into the blocks or the chair so you're not jamming in your shoulders or your neck. We're going to take 4 more. Nice full breaths together. At any time, if you notice the breath is starting to shorten or you're holding your breath, and maybe back out of the pose till you can come back to a nice, smooth, easeful breath. Let's take one more. And then gently press into the blocks or the chair. Slowly take that left knee or foot back. Let's walk back just to stand on your knees or standing tall in mountain pose. You can take a couple nice shoulder circles. And let's get to the other side. Blocks forward, coming into your lunge first, stepping that right foot forward. And then lift the front of the body, shoulders back. Roll the hips forward, but lengthen that tailbone. Both blocks come inside the right foot, so they're on the left side of your mat. Remember, if you're using the chair, you've moved it over to the left side of your mat, right foot's at the side of your chair. And then work your way slowly down. So you might notice this side could be a little different than the other side, more open, maybe a little bit tighter. That right foot can be turned out just a little bit towards the corner of the mat. Keep those shoulders rolled back. Take your time to transition as you come on down. Keep the whole bottom of that right foot pressing into the floor so we're not just rolling onto that outer blade of the foot. Remember, you can curl the toes under that left leg, press that left heel back. That's one option. Or just stay with that nice stretch, the front of that left hip. You're always welcome. If you can come all the way down to the floor, keeping the chest nice and parallel, you're certainly welcome to do that. Just be kind to your body. Take time to get there, to open up. Let's take several more nice, easeful, full breaths. Let those exhales extend out longer than the inhale. Allowing the body to turn off that fight or flight mode so it stops the holding or gripping and allows the body to open up that area that we're focused on. And then take your time slowly transitioning out. Hands on the blocks or the chair. Gently stepping that right foot back. Let's come into a nice extended child pose. If you're using the chair, you can do a nice ski jumper or chair downward jog. Taking those knees wide, big toes together. You can use your hands on the blocks. It's kind of a nice way to lift the floor. Sit those hips back. Nice long arms. Keep the gaze down at your mat below, crown of the head. Reaching towards the blocks as your tailbone reaches towards the bottom edge of your mat. And then when you're ready, let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Gently press up. Find yourself back into a nice prop seated position. Closing out our practice today. So lizard pose, really nice for opening up the front of the hips and the thighs. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's take a nice closing breath together, arms out to the side. Nice inhale as you reach your palms overhead, and exhale, palms together and down. Thank you for joining our lizard pose practice today, and I'll see you tomorrow.